Giggity, and we're back. You know what it is. So we're talking about what's digital blackface and why is it wrong when white people use it? Well, just from the sound of it, John Blake, Mr. John Blake. I wish we let me see what John Blake looked like. This is John Blake, just so y'all can kind of get an idea of who we talking about here. You see, Mr. John Blake. John Blake is a native of Baltimore, Maryland, and he writes about race, religion, politics, and other assorted topics. Native of Baltimore, Maryland sounds fishy to me. Anyway, it goes on to say, according to this guy, maybe you should share that viral video of Kimberly Sweet Brown Watkins telling the reporter narrowly escaping an apartment fire, ain't nobody got time for that. Or perhaps you're posting a meme of supermodel Tyra Banks exploding in anger at America's top model. I was rooting for you, and we were rooting for you. Or maybe you simply posted a popular GIF, such as the NBA great Michael Jordan crying, or drag queen RuPaul declaring girl. If you're black and you share such images online, you get a pass. But if you're white, you may have inadvertently perpetuated one of the most insidious forms of contemporary racism. Hmm, I like where he's going with that. He said you may be wearing digital blackface. Says, what is digital blackface? Digital blackface is a practice where white people co-opt online expressions of black imagery, slang, catchphrases, culture to convey comedic relief or express emotions. So, kind of when white people use Chris Rock's "There's a Difference Between Black People and Negroes," like that kind of thing. What? And then this whole special that Chris Rock just did, where he just gave all type. They finna well, you know, Chris Rock said he was rooting for the slave master beating Will, and it was funny. You know, that's coming. It says these expressions, what one commentator calls racialized reactions, are mainstays in Twitter feeds, TikTok videos, and Instagram reels, along with the most popular internet memes. Digital blackface involved white people playing, acting at being black, saying Lauren Michaels Jackson, an author of a cultural critic, is in an essay for Teen Vogue. Jackson says the internet thrives on white people laughing at exaggerated displays of blackness, reflecting its tendency among some to see black people as walking hyperboles.
Aquafina.
Catch Me Outside, China Man.
Mm,
Come on now. Don't stop.
mm.
Don't stop there. Look, don't
Jer-
stop there.
Jer- Jeremy Lin with the braids. I mean,
Right.
dreads.
If you're not sure how to define digital blackface, Jackson offers a guide. Says it includes displays of emotional stereotypes as excess, so happy, so sassy, so ghetto, so loud. Our dial is on 10 all the time. Rarely are black people characterized, afforded subtle traits or feelings. That's true. That is true. It's always got everything. Always got to be lit. It's lit. It's yeah. Everything got to be lit. If it ain't lit, if it ain't this, if it ain't that, come on, man. I agree with that. It says that many white people choose images of black people when it comes to expressing exaggerated emotions on social media, a burden that black people didn't ask for, she says. And I quote, we are your sass, your nonchalant, your fury, your delight, your annoyance, your happy dance, your diva, your shade, your yas moments, she writes. And that's true. But then you got people like Shaq, like that one meme of him doing that, like that's in our Coon intro.
Right,
You give him the material for it.
right, right.
You give it to him. It says why digital blackface is wrong. It says so many of the posters and videos of Sweet Brown saying, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. It's just for laughs." Why overthink it? Why give people yet another excuse to be labeled white? Labeling white people as racist for the most innocuous behaviors. But critics say digital blackface is wrong because in the modern day repackaging of minstrel shows and racial forms of entertainment popular in the 19th century is garbage. That's your boy Big Gorilla and the Chicken Dude.
Right.
That's when white actors face darkened with burnt cork entertain audience by playing black characters as bumbling, happy-go-lucky simpletons. The practice continued into the 20th century on hit radio shows such as Amos and Andy, or like the Island Boys.
Oh,
It says, hold
hold
on,
on. You threw the Island Boys in there, right?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. That
Nice
was me.
touch. Nice touch.
It, he said, simply put, digital blackface is a 21st century mystery. History of blackface has never truly ended, and Americans yet to have actively confront their racist past to this day, or wrong writes in the academic paper on the topic. And I quote, in fact, minstrel blackface has emerged into somewhat sort of forms of racism that are now glorified all over the internet. EI, all the rap music.
Boom.
And I hate to say that. I really do. But rap music is digital black. You telling me Kodak Black ain't digital blackface? Is that what you're trying to
Boom.
tell me? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's what you're saying, huh? Lil Durk with blonde braids and dread. That ain't digital blackface, man.
Boom.
Chris Brown with his fucking hair like that. That ain't digital. That ain't digital blackface, man. Huh?
Boom.
Huh? Young Jock. Huh? K Michelle. Huh? Huh? Y'all love K Michelle, don't you? Huh? Cardi B.
Hold
Huh?
on. Loving hip hop.
The whole thing.
Just the whole thing. Period.
The whole thing. The only people that I respected on Love and Hip Hop was, and he's a buster, but Pap and Remy. Because there was real black love. There was some real black love stuff. That's the only one. But I think I seen one
Hold on.
episode.
And only. No.
No, you say no.
He a buster.
He a buster.
He
He a
a
buster.
buster.
Do you know he's now president of my record company? The what's it called? Where I get the other is DistroKid, and then is what's it called? TuneCore.
TuneCore.
He's the president of TuneCore now.
No.
Yes, he's all on the face of the cover when you log in.
What?
Yes, but it goes on to say, Wong said that digital blackface is wrong because it culturally appropriates language and expressions of the people for entertainment while dismissing the severity of everyday instances of racism black people encounter, such as police brutality, job discrimination, and education inequality. Defining digital blackface isn't easy. And trying to define digital blackface, it depends on who you are and who you talk to. The standard for some are comparable to the Supreme Court once said that they asked for tests of pornography.
Hmm?
Yeah, hold on. The standard for some and comparable to what one Supreme Court once said when asked his tests for pornography. I know it when I see it. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I know it when I see it. So, yeah. The guidance might help if a white person shares an image online that perpetuates stereotypes, black people as loud, dumb, hyperviolent, hypersexual. They've entered digital blackface territory. And yet, even with the definition, it's hard to figure out exactly what it is digital blackface. This is the challenge, Elizabeth said, she faces. Halford, a bigger bread designer, wrote an apology essay in 2020 about how she made a meme out of Wilkins. Ain't nobody got time for that catastrophe, and sent someone a GIF of singer Beyonce repeating, "I'm not bossy, I'm the boss." I've engaged in digital blackface, Halfway wrote. I laughed at people of color on the news facing horrifying crimes and disasters and loss. I've appropriated black trauma as punchlines and peeled their faces off to my own and say what I can say just to laugh or just to, because it went viral. So this is her. No, it was a comedian Holly Logan has helped popularize "Hold My Wig" meme. Yeah, when you snatch your wig off. Oh, I've seen that before. Hartman tells
Mhm.
CNN that she's bothered when she overlooks the content of Sweet Mother's Brown intent. Blah blah blah. Okay, so now they going on us on a apology explain to her because they just had my man coming in, spitting the facts, telling what it is. Now y'all bringing in people to explain like, no, it's not really like that. When I do it, I really don't mean to be racist, but I do be laughing at black people stuff though. Then it says now, and then while I've said that, I'm reading now they talk about she runs to another problem. Those are the most effective because white people are so boring, she says. Oh, now y'all mad because y'all don't make up nothing or have no swag like we do. So now we got to be penalizing for being so creative and all of that. And now that y'all using it in a nefarious way, we
Right.
now we somehow got to be cool with that because man, it's all, why we always got to get demonized for what we do. Anyway, it says so. Whatever happened to now they want to tell us what happened to her. That's not what we talking about.
We talking about blackface.
It says in 2013 she sued Apple and Oklahoma radio show over using her likeness without her permission and producing a song sold on iTunes that sampled one of her catchphrases. Is Sweet Brown the victim of digital blackface, or did she benefit from the exposure? No, she's a. Nah, if she ain't getting, if they ain't give her no money or getting paid, if she getting paid, yeah, they owe her. She a victim of white supremacy,
And I'm still saying, even if she did, it still makes it blackface nonetheless, P.
nonetheless, and y'all capitalizing off of it, nonetheless.
Period.
Always
Period.
done.
I mean,
Just
at the least of it, let her get some bread out of it. Then, if you was already out there doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should at least,
like,
if it's being said, capitalized it on, but don't try to act like it's still not what it is.
they even did that to Antoine Watson. Remember that? Hide your wife, hide your kids.
Yeah.
They took his joint, made a song out of it, whoopty whoopty wham. But they brought him in the studio for it, like. But he participated in the BS. He got down with it and came up to try to come up off of it. I bet. Do they talk about him in this? Lastly, it says it's a tough question, but in the meantime, if you're a white person who is contemplating using a "hold my wig" GIF, you should consider the advice that Jackson offers in her Teen Vogue essay to white people who play act being black online. Jackson writes, if you find yourself always reaching for blackface to release your inner sass monster, maybe consider going the extra country mile and pick that nice Taylor Swift GIF instead. Ah, I like that. Yeah, real talk. It says John Blake is a senior writer at CNN who wrote More Than I Imagined, what a black man discovered about the white mother he never knew. Mm. I know a story like that. I know a story.
Well,
One of my supervisors, she had a black shorty and gave the black shorty up for adoption, right?
mm,
got with the white dude, got three shorties with him, right. One day
Oh,
I'm at, one day I'm at work. She was like, "Yeah, I just go to the games and I just look in the background, like something he don't even know I'm there." Like she was going to his basketball games, looking on from the back. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to see about Cuz's life. But you left Cuz because you ain't want to have the half black baby because you knew wasn't no white man going to accept you ever, which is terrible. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a moja, folger, scourge about being on code. And you know I got four words for you, Pimp Juice. It is love. It is peace. It's definitely blessings, right? And it's Maloha. Because I'm out the Doha for Shoha, so you should already know how. And all I want is a ye.